the 21st century, the environment is quite literally headline news, and it's no secret that car makers are rushing to provide the ultimate green car. They're thinking of everything from hybrid vehicles to hydrogen fuel cells and of course biofuel. But BMW reckons it has the ultimate solution. Meet the BMW Hydrogen 7. Now it looks pretty much like a regular BMW 7 Series, complete with a regular engine, albeit with 12 cylinders, and of course all the luxury features you'd expect in a luxury limousine. But there are some key differences, and the biggest one is this car can run on hydrogen. Let me show you around. So of course there's a hydrogen badge. You've got to tell everyone that you're driving a hydrogen car. Hence the stickers, perfect. And a couple of little things. An exhaust on the roof. Hopefully we won't use that, that's only for crashes. Some different exhausts underneath. And the piece de resistance is the fuel tank, or the gas tank more specifically. Now, under there you'll see it's got a much smaller boot, a big bulge on the back. That fuel tank is one of the most expensive parts in the car. It can keep ice cold for 13 years. And it's like an esky with a foam wall that is 17 metres thick. It's like a little bit of space shuttle right in the back of your car. Brilliant. Now, all this hydrogen technology is not super new. In fact, BMW's been working on it for 30 years. But the new thing is they've now built 100 of these cars for regular use on regular roads by regular people. People like Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and me. BMW has brought 4 Hydrogen 7s to Melbourne to demonstrate its vision for a cleaner driving future. Now, I mentioned before that from the outside there wasn't a huge difference in terms of looks, and that's pretty much the same for the inside, but there are some key differences. Things like 2 fuel gauges. You see, this car can run on hydrogen, but it can also run on petrol. You get about 200 kilometres from the hydrogen tank and about 500 from the petrol tank. I switch between the two by pressing this button. But of course the big question is, how does the Hydrogen 7 drive? Well, straight off the bat you're down on power. A normal car like this has got about 260 kilowatts of power. This one, 191. It's lost about a quarter of its power. And that's mainly because they've had to tune the engine to run on both hydrogen and petrol. Now combine that with another 200 odd kilos of weight, again for all the hydrogen systems, and you do notice that no, it doesn't quite perform like a V12. Instead it's like pretty much a V6. In fact, if you didn't tell anyone that this was a hydrogen car, well, I reckon they probably wouldn't spot it. About the only thing you can pick is the sound of the engine. I'm running in hydrogen mode now, and it's sort of got a little bit of, I don't know, raucousness, a bit of a higher pitch to it. But as soon as I press the button to put it back into petrol, it just changes note ever so slightly. You can probably hear it just. There's just one big problem with all this hydrogen technology at the moment. Not sure whether you've noticed, but your average BP or Shell doesn't have a whole lot of hydrogen pumps in it. BMW reckons they won't start becoming popular until about 2025, and you can wait till at least 2050 until they're in widespread use. In fact, refuelling the Hydrogen 7 is probably about the trickiest bit, because first of all you need one of these, and you need one of these, your own refuelling station effectively, complete with supercooled fuel. But if you do get it right, and if you can make all the planets align, then you end up with one of the cleanest, greenest cars in the world. In fact, it emits absolutely no carbon dioxide. It emits almost no noxious gases. About the only thing that will come out those exhaust pipes is a little bit of steam, which hopefully will turn into water. Now I can finally get a drink.